What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here. Today we are back with another video, and in today's video, time to be a negative Nancy, man. It's time to talk about the negatives when it comes to collecting manga, or some of my little nitpicks or grievances I have when it comes to collecting manga. And you're probably wondering, Dark Sage, why do you have so many negative videos on your channel? Well, I could kind of ask you the same question of why do the negative videos on my channel do that well compared to the positive videos? You guys obviously like the negative stuff, so I'm gonna give you the negative stuff. Obviously all in good faith. Like, I'm not going out and just trashing and thrashing on everything, but sometimes you just wanna, get your ish off. You wanna start venting a little bit, and you sometimes just wanna whine every now and then. So this video, I'm gonna talk about some of my grievances that I have, or some of my little nitpicks or problems that I have when it actually comes to collecting manga, because while I do love manga, and my love for manga collecting definitely outweighs my nitpicks that I have with manga collecting, I still have a few problems here and there. Manga collecting ain't all perfect. But before we actually get into the video, let me know in the comment section down below, what are some nitpicks or things that you don't like about manga collecting? Let me know. Let's see if, you have some of the same things that I'm gonna have on my list today. And before we actually get to the actual video, make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, to help support your boy within this YouTube streets, the YouTube algorithm itself, and follow me on all my other social media platforms. All my links will be in the description down below. So, let's go ahead and start talking about some nitpicks when it comes to actually manga collecting. First problem I have when it comes to manga collecting is that, well, I forget a lot of the stuff that I read. A lot of the times where I'm reading stuff, or if I'm reading multiple things, I'm gonna forget things here and there, especially when you start having a huge manga collection such as myself back here. I know I don't have the biggest collection, but still, think about just one row of this stuff right here, right? Can you remember every single detail from these manga if you was going back to back reading one series of this series right here and one series of another series over here? No, you're not gonna remember everything, especially when you're reading ongoing series as well. Imagine reading multiple ongoing series. Oh my gosh, that's a hassle that we've talked about before on the channel, which kind of leads a bit to burnout, but I definitely don't do that like that anymore. But still, I do read multiple series at a time, and sometimes, especially if you're reading an ongoing series, which I really don't like, you kind of tend to forget things, especially when you got to go back and reread the last volume that you read. That way you could jog your memory a little bit, and that way you can go to the new volume, you'll kind of remember things, but then you remember that 2 or 3 months are gonna go by without you actually reading it. You're gonna get the new volume, and you're gonna have to repeat that process over and over again. Second nitpick / problem that I have is that it's sometimes hard to actually keep up with all the newer releases that you're into. I know Viz is always announcing some new stuff. Kodansha is always coming out with some good stuff. 7 Seas, oh, 7 Seas, y'all still need to sponsor me. But 7 Seas, y'all got a lot of stuff that I want as well. And it's sometimes just so hard to have so many companies coming out with so much dope stuff that you're interested in everything, but you honestly cannot get everything. That's the sad part about manga collecting. You're bound to your wallet, man. Oh my gosh, like, what type of life are we living where we have to actually work for the money, and the stuff that we want, we have to spend that money that we worked for? Oh, and then you can't spend your whole check on manga because obviously you got bills to pay, or you got other priorities in life besides manga. So think about all the new releases that happen in like 1 month from your favorite publishers, like I said, Kodansha, Viz Media, Yen Press. Oh, think about all those releases happening in 1 month, and you just gotta keep buying them. You gotta buy one volume here, you gotta buy one volume there, and then they all don't release on the same day. No, they spread them out throughout the month, which is good, because if you get paid weekly or bi-weekly or just once a month, then you're gonna have to budget your finances as well. But when it comes to actually keeping up with a lot of the series that you have, especially if you have a lot of ongoing series that aren't finished, that could be a pain. Oh, that could be a pain. Trust me. This is why I like to buy, read, and binge series. You get what I'm saying? Like, I binge the series because I want to read them all in like not one sitting, but in multiple sittings that are kind of close together. But I also like to buy completed series as well. Series like Slam Dunk or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, previous parts like 1 through 4. There's a whole bunch of series that you could buy that's complete, like Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. So many series, but there are plenty of ongoing series that I like to collect as well, like Dragon Ball Super, One Punch Man, Black Clover, One Piece, which I only collect through the box sets because that's the cheapest way to get One Piece. But when it comes to buying all these ongoing series, it could be a huge hassle, especially when it comes to your wallet. So you got to budget when it comes to buying all these ongoing series, or you just have to sometimes limit yourself and say, hey, I don't need to buy this series or get into this series. Or you can just go on something like the Shonen Jump app or the Viz Media app or K Manga. If you're an insane person, you could go on any of these 3 apps. You kind of read these series before you actually buy them and kind of decide like, oh, should I start buying this series or should I just wait until it finishes? That way I could buy it on a good deal or buy it in a bundle pack. That's my little advice for that. But also, it's a problem as well for me. Third nitpick, and this might be the biggest nitpick on this list right here. Y'all know what they used to call me, right? Or what they still call me. They call me Box Set Sage, Box Set Baby over here, right? And sometimes, you know what I hate, guys? Recently, y'all know that Viz has announced the Chainsaw Man box set and the Promised Neverland box set. So what about all those people that bought those series while they were coming out? Like each month when they released a new volume, people were buying those. Then Viz wants to announce a box set like a year or two later on after the series finishes. It's kind of like a slap in the face a bit. Now, if they were to sell the box set on its own with the goodies by itself without the volumes, that would be a super dope concept / idea that I actually seen before at Kinokuniya. But usually when you collect the series or you've been collecting the series as they've been coming out, and then Viz slaps like, oh, we got a new box set coming out, and you're just left there with your volumes and you're like, well, I wanted the box set. If I knew that this series was gonna get a box set, I was gonna buy these volumes every month they came out. Like Viz, I hate when they sometimes do this. Like I said, if we could buy the actual box set, empty box set, no manga volumes, it just have all the little extra box set goodies in there with the actual box itself, that would be dope. But to buy all these series like Black Clover that I'm afraid will get a box set one day, or Dr. Stone that I've been buying each month whenever they release, oh, if they get a box set, I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, I had to do that with Demon Slayer because I was buying Demon Slayer as it was coming out. Then they announced the box set. So guess what I had to do? I had to sell all my Demon Slayer volumes just to have money to get that box set, and just so I wouldn't feel like I was wasting too much money to get that box set. We obviously can't foresee if or when they will make a box set for certain series, and we can speculate, but we will never know for sure. But I will say that if a series is kind of doing well in sales and it's just having that huge hype train behind it, it's potentially going to get a box set. It makes me wary about buying certain singles because I'm just like, should I buy this and have it in a collection, or should I just wait until a box set comes out? You get what I'm saying? Fourth problem / nitpick that I have, and this isn't a huge problem when it comes to manga, but manga is the reason for it, so I'm putting this on manga. And that has to be that, well, I don't want to watch anime anymore. Now, I'm not saying that anime is trash or there's no use for anime or anything of that sort. It's like, I still love anime. I love the art form of anime, but I don't watch anime no more. If you guys did not know, I am primarily just a manga reader now, and I do not watch anime. The only animes I will watch now is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Dragon Ball Super, especially if like a movie comes out to the theaters. And obviously I'm going to watch that Black Clover movie. I don't watch anime at all anymore because anime just doesn't go at the pace that I would like it to go at compared to how manga goes. Manga, I'm going at my own speed, I'm going at my own pace, and it's just so easy to pick up a chapter of manga, read those 20 pages or 40 pages, and then put it down and then go on about your day. It's just so easy to pick up and play. It's kind of like a mobile app on your phone where basically you don't have to put too much investment into it. You just click it, you do your dailies for the day, and you're out. That's what it feels like when it actually comes to actually reading manga. When it comes to actually watching anime, I feel like I'm going into a PlayStation exclusive Sony-like game where it's story driven and you just gotta be there. You gotta sit there for the ride. And you gotta watch because you already know that it's gonna be movie-like and there's a whole bunch of cutscenes. You kind of get my analogy where I'm going at. When it comes to manga, you go at your own pace. With anime, yes, you could go at your own pace by putting it at a different speed if you want to, but generally people don't do that. There's only one person I know who does that, and he's the advocate of the holy text. And my last nitpick / problem when it comes to collecting manga has to be to actually get something to house the manga. Now imagine you just got a nice sweet haul from Right Stuff Anime, which you should check out my affiliate link down in the description down below. But just imagine that you're getting a nice, healthy, thick haul from Right Stuff Anime, and you look and your shelf is full. Not only did you just spend hundreds of dollars on manga, which you probably got some heat, especially if you use my Right Stuff affiliate link down in the description down below. You probably got some heat, but you can't have that heat on the floor. You guys know how we roll around here. No manga on the floor. That's nasty and that's very disrespectful. You gotta have your collection looking nice and clean at all times. So guess what? You gotta go buy a shelf. And this is the biggest problem right here. What if you don't got the space for the shelf? That's the worst problem of them all. If you don't have space for the shelf, and the shelf already costs money, it's not like you could just buy the manga, you can get a shelf for free with it. No. You gotta buy the manga and you gotta get the shelf. Now, the shelves that I use, they're the Target bookcase shelves, and they're like 5 tiers, and they're about 30 bucks at Target. But honestly, sometimes I don't want to buy a Target shelf. Sometimes I just don't want to buy the shelf. But you can obviously see that when it comes to if you have something like a box set, you can put your manga in there. That way you can clear space on the actual shelf right here. You can do your thing, but also at some point you're gonna run out of room. I've ran out of room plenty of times, and I've had to buy a shelf the same day because I just cannot have my manga on the floor. I do not roll like that. I have nothing on the floor. The only thing that belongs on this floor is my feet. I don't want my manga in the same place I put my feet. No, don't be disrespectful. Especially if you have some peak like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You should not be having your feet near some heat like that. You might catch on fire. You might need to call the fire department because you're going to catch on fire. You're going to look like the Human Torch. No, I'm doing too much. My bad. I will apologize. But yeah, you gotta buy the shelf because you don't want the manga on the floor. You guys know how I roll right here. Look at this. Detoff right here. You gotta build up. You gotta put the figures on that. You don't see no figures on the floor. No, that's not. No. And you want your manga collection to look presentable as well if someone comes over. Imagine if, you got a girl coming over or a boy going over, whichever way you roll, or they coming over, no preferences over here. You get what I'm saying? Do your thing. But imagine if you had someone coming over, a significant other / person that you're dating at the time. They come over and they see your manga just looking nasty. You're not getting no play. You're not going to rizz them up. I'm trying to tell you this right now. But if you have a collection that looks like mine, because, well, mine is peak, and you might want to take a picture of this. That way you could kind of like green screen it in your room. That way she could fall for you, or he could fall for you, or they could fall for you. You're going to want to get this or get a collection that looks like this because it's clean, it's nice, it's tidy. That's the type of collection that you want. That person will want to marry you after they see your collection. A person will judge you and can judge you, and they should judge you, because I definitely will judge you based off of how your collection looks. And how you keep your collection is how you keep your life. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of a lie because my collection is like super organized, but my life is just a mess. But either way, when people look at this, they're gonna be like, oh, Chase, the Dark Sage? Oh, he got it down pat. And yeah, I do. When I turn this camera on, when I turn this camera off, I'm usually crying in the shower. You gotta have a nice, tidy, and neat collection, and that comes at having to spend extra money outside of your budget. Oh, that's money that you could have put towards manga instead of the shelf itself. But it's a necessary need. It's a necessary evil. Oh, this shelf, man. Shelves stress me out, especially when people ask me what shelves I have, and I always tell people the shelves, but shelves stress me out, especially when you need it to house the manga itself. That was my last nitpick because the shelf and the space itself, that's just gonna be a problem when it comes to collecting in general. You should have nothing on the floor. That the point still kind of bugs me right there. You should have nothing on the floor, and your collection should always look presentable at all times. It's like making your bed when you got company coming over. Yeah, the company might not come in your room, but you're still gonna make the bed. That's about it for the video. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Let me know some of your nitpicks down in the comment section down below. Let's say thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel and you haven't already, well, go ahead, hit the subscribe button to see more collecting content and me rage every now and then, and look at my dope collection right behind me. Don't forget to like the video to help boost us within the algorithm, so that way more people can find out about your boy, and well, you can help me keep the lights on in this bad boy. It's not free to keep the lights on. And in fact, I gotta give a huge shout out to the people that are helping keep the lights on, such as the Patreon pledgers. Thank you for going ahead and financially donating on Patreon side. I gotta say I highly appreciate what you guys are doing for me on Patreon. And I gotta give a huge shout out to the YouTube members for also financially donating on the YouTube side of things as well. Big shout out to Broke Boy Gang because that should have been the sixth thing. You gotta join Broke Boy Gang if you're gonna get into manga collecting or figure collecting in general. You're gonna join me in Broke Boy Gang because one, I just don't want to be alone, so don't leave me lonely. But two, you're gonna start buying the stuff that you really love, and it's gonna make you go broke. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace. Back in it, baby, just staying in town. I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the calls, she shutting that gown. Started at the top and I'm taking it down off the champagne. Took a break from the brown on a rampage. I've been giving it brown. Shawty been solid some time now. I'm my life for the wine, dying and I'm with it. Look where we started and look where we at.